Okay, so in today's video, we're going to figure something out. If you're a non American, which one are you going to pick? Republican or Democrat? I want to answer this for myself. I am not an American. So if I was going to be a citizen, would I join the Democratic Party or the Republican Party? And I'm going to just confess. I went straight to ChatGPT to ask him because I don't know who else to ask. And this was the question. I was like, hey, Chat, can you highlight the different policies between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party to someone looking to join one or the other? And this was his answer. So, based off the data that I have collected, we're going to make our final decision at the end of the video if I'll be a Democrat or a Republican. Let's get into it. But before we do, subscribe, share, like, turn on your post notification, and then leave a comment. That's my favorite part. Let's do this. So the first difference was general ideology between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. And the Democratic Party, center left, liberal, and progressive. And then for the Republican, they are center right, conservative, and traditional. Let's pretend we really understand in depth what that means. But I do see a lot online that they say things like lefties and righties. And if I'm going to just go based off that, I want to be on the right. I want to be right. I don't want to be left. I'm not choosing yet, but next one, government role. So for the Democratic Party, it says active government to solve social issues. And then for the Republican Party, it says limited government, individual and state responsibility. So for Democratic parties, they focus on solving social issues, while Republican parties focus on the individual and state responsibility. It's looking giving like mommy and daddy because social issues deal a lot with the emotions and all, right? I mean, people connecting with people, and then for the Republican Party, it's like individual and state responsibility. Like, I have responsibility, I need to take care of you, regardless of how you feel. Do you understand it? That's what me I'm getting anyway. Let's move to the economic and tax differences. So for Democratic parties, for taxes, it says higher taxes on the wealthy. Okay. Well, higher taxes on the wealthy slash corporations, basically wealthy people or corporations, so that they fund services. And then for the Republican Party, it says lower taxes across the board, especially for businesses. I don't want to be, I want to be wealthy and I don't want to be overtaxed. Is that wrong? It's not like I don't want people to have food, but where is anybody entitled to my hard work? But okay, so we're done with the economic and taxes. Let's move to healthcare and see the differences. So for the Democratic Party, the healthcare system, they support universal or expanded public healthcare. That's, for example, ACA, Medicare, or all by some. Oh, for all by some. They support universal or expanded public health care, for example, ACA Medicare for all by some. So some people will take care of everybody. Of course, now it's only some people that can successfully run healthcare, right? The whole system or the entire American can't. So, all right, let's see for the Republican Party. They prefer private healthcare. Repeal or replace ACA, Affordable Healthcare Act. So, okay, what does that even mean? They prefer private healthcare. So if you can't afford, no, in this one actually, I feel like if anybody's going to be taxed, healthcare should be part of in tax. Like, if no matter what is happening, since people are being taxed, let healthcare be affordable. Yeah, just so in this one, I don't get what they mean by private. So if you can't afford to take care of yourself, that's your business. If you can afford to take care of yourself, that's your business. Now, it's just better to be have access to healthcare, I beg. So for education, the Democratic Party, public education, they support increased funding for their public schools, while the Republican Party supports school choice, vouchers, cater schools. All right. Both sound nice. For student loans, the Democratic Party, they support loan forgiveness and tuition free community college. But lucky, Democratic Party una like a wolf. Democratic Party is giving a lot for, okay, which is good for the masses, right? But the awoof, oh, wow, things should be free, oh. Nice and good, but then how can you successfully accomplish all these things? Forgive loans, and tuition, free community college. I even like that. Actually, people should be able to go to school for free, right? That's cool. No problem. It's just that nothing is really for free in life. Then for the Republican Party, less support for forgiveness, prefer market-based reforms. All right. Then gun rights. So where I'm from, we didn't even have that. We didn't even allow to carry gun anyway. I don't even think I've held, seen, smelled a gun. I've seen gun on TV, obviously, and I've seen it in police hand.
Chest position. No, forward. Aim. Advance forward. Advance forward. What are you doing here? Advance backward. Advance backward.
So this is very interesting, and I don't think I have a significant need or care for this particular one, but let's read it either ways. Democratic Party, they support gun control, okay, which is background checks, assault weapon bans. Of course, now you have to control. Republican Party, defend Second Amendment rights, oppose most new restrictions. Which one be that one? So I'm not an American, like I said. So I'm not really sure what's. I know Second Amendment. I dey hear am. Sorry, I'm supposed to be kind of like American, so I don't do pidgin English. But yeah, I think I know what that Second Amendment right is. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment, but I think it has to do with right to defend yourself or right to life or something like that. I think. But personally, I'm just not a fan of guns. I do feel like people should have the right to defend themselves. And I don't know if it's not like the Democratic Party is saying people shouldn't have the right to defend themselves. It just says they should have background check and, as I think that makes sense. If you want to own these things, you should have the right to own it. But let's move on to the next one. So social issues. Social issues are everywhere on my timeline. If you are not aware of what has been going on in the United States, you are living under a rock. But let's get into it. First one, abortion. The Democratic Party, they support abortion rights. They are pro-choice. My body, my choice. I hear that a lot. And then the Republican Party oppose abortion. They are pro-life with exceptions depending on candidates. So I feel like exceptions like maybe threat to the woman's life and little things like that, which makes sense. I do have my stand and my beliefs on this. And it's not just beliefs because of religion. Also just, I feel like babies are the most defenseless beings in the universe. And if we can't even defend them, then what's the point? Like, trying to make them not human is crazy to me. They're still human, and they're just human that can't communicate well with you yet. And that's not enough reason for them not to exist. But hey, we're still trying to choose, right? Let's see if they can convince me. So the next one is the LGBTQHDTVL. I'm sorry, that's not part, but like, yeah, the LGBTQ rights. So the Democratic Party, they strongly support equal rights and protections. Are we talking about America? If it's protection from what exactly? I feel everybody needs to be protected now. Like, if we are talking about protection in Iraq and Saudi Arabia and things like that, because people are dying there, I understand, but I don't know. Protection from what? Next one, the Republican Party, they are more varied. Many support traditional definition of gender and marriage. Yeah, I do like the idea of a traditional man, woman, a home, a covering, father, mother, child. Yeah, I lean towards that too. Immigration. The Democratic Party, for them, they support pathway to citizenship and protect dreamers. What do you mean by protect dreamers? While the Republican Party emphasized border security and reduce illegal immigration. Of course, now. I know this is something that has been super duper popular. Like, it's a very I wanted to say so popular and I wanted to say super at the same time. So super duper. You get the point, Sha. It's a very popular topic online now. Being deported. Now, am I an illegal immigrant? No, because I'm not even an immigrant to start with. I'm currently sitting in my country. But can I be honest? Is this a safe space? Anybody that is not legally in any country should be deported. I support it fully. Yup. So Coming from a person that has the potential to be an immigrant, right? If I do all my process, did all my papers, did the hard work to gain my citizenship, I will now watch another person that did nothing sit down inside the country and enjoy benefits they did not work for. So what was the point of me putting all that effort? I won't put in any effort anymore. I'll just walk out inside. Like, since the door is wide open, I feel like it's very unfair. It's like cutting line. Like, if I have been standing on a very long queue and someone comes and passes me and just goes straight to the front, I'll vex. So that's coming from a non-citizen or someone who wasn't necessarily like who wants to immigrate into the country, right? That's coming from that. But then if I was actually a citizen, like a proper American, I don't understand why you would want to protect, in quotes, dreamers. If someone knocks on your door and you open the door and you welcome them in, that is someone that has the right to be in your house because you have welcomed them in. They are there, based off, say, you invited them. But then someone should break through your window and enter your kitchen. Next thing you know, does it make sense for the father of the house to be saying, oh, he broke in through my window and he started stealing my food, or he started, even if he stole your food or he was sweeping your kitchen, but he stole your food, he's just sweeping your kitchen. So because he swept your kitchen and he doesn't have food in his own house, so you know what, I'm going to let him live here. Like, makes no sense to me. If somebody is not legally in a country, it doesn't even matter what country, go home. It's that's like criminal, that's criminal behavior. All right, let's move on. So for law and order, criminal and justice, for the Democratic Party, police reform. So the Democratic Party support police accountability and reform, while the Republican Party emphasize support for police and law enforcement. Well, from a third party view, whenever I watch online, it actually just looks like Democrats don't really like police. But if the explanation here is that they support police accountability and reform, they want them to be accountable. It's not too far fetched. It's good. It's just that the way it's being presented or the way the behavior has been is more of like some kind of aggressive. We just don't like the police. While the Republican Party emphasize support for police and law enforcement, as far as everything is legally done and it's not like police are giving like any special treatment, there are also people who need to abide by the law. So if they're doing things under the covering of the law, I see nothing wrong in supporting the police and law enforcement process. But I don't know, I don't really have much to say on that. Do you know what me I have much to say on? My country, please. Please. They need to re-educate. They need to re-emphasize. They need to hey, we need help. We need help. We need deliverance from the police system here. Yeah. The police is not doing well at all. This is a country that needs police reform and police accountability terribly. So, criminal justice for the Democratic Party, reduce incarceration and private prisons. It should reduce incarceration and private prisons, while for the Republican Party, they are tough on crime policies, stricter sentencing. Really, me, I'm in the middle for this. If the judge sees reasonable doubt or stuff like that behind a certain crime, you can look into people's plea or whatever case and make things work. But then if it is that you did something bad, you will chop something bad. Like, which one is reduced sentence? You want to mess around and you're gonna find out. Don't sow what you don't want to reap. Foreign policy. For the Democratic Party under global engagement, it says multilateral diplomacy, global cooperation, e.g. NATO, UN, and all that. While for Republican Party, we've got to do the boring parts. I don't even get what's going on here. Republican Party is more focused on American sovereignty and national interest. All right, so I know this is the boring part, but I still have some thoughts on this. For instance, I know that the Democratic Party wants to be, more diplomatic with the world. They want to be more open. That's why they're talking about open borders and all that. While the Republican Party wants to focus on America, sovereignty and national interests. Now, my issue is, yes, there's this narcissistic thing behind wanting to be lord over every other country. That's just weird. There's a lot they have accomplished. Everybody will give you your flowers for that, but doesn't mean that you have to lord over other countries. But at the same time, I don't find it far-fetched if you want to take care of your home. Like, your home is your responsibility. Why should I step out and start taking care of everybody else, even though they are involved in everybody's matter by force sometimes, even when they are not wanted? But my point is, it's not ridiculous to have national interest first, at the very least. Like, these are our people and we have to take care of our people. That makes sense to me. Every country should be looking forward to taking care of their people. I know everybody wants to do the whole we are the world, we are the children, world peace and all that. That is a wonderful dream. But do you know one thing? Humanity has proven is going to stay that way, a dream. The truth is, it's going to be very difficult to make the whole world hold hands and sing kumbaya. So before we try and kumbaya, people should take care of their houses, sweep it, clean it, you know, stay there and mind your house. And it's not wrong to want to make sure your house is in order. That's how I see things. That's the last point, but based off the rest, should I give my answer yet? Should we go? Drum roll. Let's watch video first. Let me see human being represents a Republic Party and human being represents a Democratic Party, and I would decide. So let's watch some shorts. I would have loved to watch an entire video with a debate between a Republican and a Democrat, but we can't do it here. So I guess go back. But a few shots that I was able to find between maybe interviewing a Democrat or a Republican on their thoughts on things. Let's get into it.
What is something weird about conservatives?
There is almost a cultish vibe.
Okay, genuine reaction. So this is giving a Republican made this video. Okay, okay, this is not helping Democrats in any way. Let's go and look for a different video.
Shame!
Another one of those.
Shame! Shame! Do you guys prefer free college or free abortions?
Abortion.
Free abortions?
Yeah.
In what age do you think most trans kids determine that they're trans?
Violet told us when she was 1.5. She's been telling us since she could speak.
Okay, I'm done. So I think I've decided. But yeah, so after all that, I think I've made up my mind. Honestly, I think personally I'm leaning more towards being a Republican. A lot of what the Democrats stand for, there's a lot of confusion. There's too much confusion being a Democrat to me. I feel like they have some things that they want and fight for that is cool, but yeah, there's a lot that is not as well. So to be honest, I've been looking for videos. This point, this is me trying, and I can't find a lot of good. And a lot of good videos on you guys' side on the Democratic, an average Democrat is a lot of emotional blackmail, a lot of shouting, a lot of loud fighting, a lot of separation and but at the end of the day, like I said, I'm very much a third party in this whole situation. So I'm not necessarily like hell bent on one side, like joining you people to do cults inside something. That's not what it says. But if I was gonna have to be a party member, I'll probably be a Republican. All right, guys. So we've come to the end of the video, and honestly, with everything that I have gathered, if I become a U.S. citizen, I stand by what I've just said. I will be a Republican. I do like a lot of the policies. When it comes to the social interaction and everything, I am more inclined to lean towards being a conservative. I really believe in the traditional way of doing things. It's less confusion, it's less stress. It's sanity. It feels more sane. Do you understand? So that's my final take. I don't know what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think. Would you be a Democrat? Would you be a Republican? Put it in the comments. Like I said, lefty, righty. I don't know what they call it, but one of the two. And a righty, a righty, a righty is what the girl choose. Oh, or to the left, to the left. Oh, there's a song for everything. It looks. But yeah, that's my choice, and I really enjoyed this session and learning just a bit about a country. Let's see yours in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.